Since 2007, the National Human Trafficking Resource Center hotline has received reports of 14,588 sex trafficking cases inside the United States. Sex trafficking is a modern form of slavery that exists not only in the United States but globally. Sex trafficking occurs in a range of venues, including fake massage businesses, via online ads or escort services, on the street or at truck stops or at hotels and motels. Victims of sex trafficking can be U.S. citizens, foreign nationals, women, men, children, and other individuals. Vulnerable populations are frequently targeted by traffickers, including runaway and homeless youth, as well as victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, war, or social discrimination. The situations that sex trafficking victims face vary dramatically. Many victims become romantically involved with someone who then forces or manipulates them into prostitution. Others are lured in with false promises of a job, such as modeling or dancing. Some are forced to sell sex by their parents or other family members. They may be involved in a trafficking situation for a few days or weeks, or may remain in the same trafficking situation for years. Sex trafficking can be caused by quite a few things. When someone is in poverty, they will do anything to gain wealth. This gives the human traffickers bait to lure victims to move to a different country. Traffickers lie, promising jobs and stability in order to recruit their victims. Upon their arrival to another state or region, captors take control. More often than not, they are held in places where victims did not want to make their home. Another reason that sex trafficking is because of political instability. The destabilization can increase their vulnerability to unfair treatment and abuse via trafficking or forced labor. War also creates large numbers of orphans and street children who are vulnerable to trafficking. Many societies and cultures devalue, abuse, and exploit women and girls, creating perilous living conditions for these women. With little opportunities of upward mobility and with little value placed on women and girls, they are more vulnerable to human trafficking as well. Now that we have talked about the causes, let's talk about the effects. Many things can happen to someone who has been abused by sex trafficking. Some of the side effects include drug or alcohol addiction, broken bones, concussions, burns, traumatic brain injury, STDs, miscarriages, and other diseases like TB and hepatitis. According to a study done by Dr. Janice Raymond at the University of Massachusetts, 35% of U.S. women and 7% of international women they interviewed reported major bones such as ribs and vertebrae, and smaller bones such as fingers and toes were broken. 80% of the U.S. women and 50% of the international women reported bruises. Almost half of the U.S. women reported head injuries that may have caused unconsciousness and required stitches. Many women reported broken bones somewhere over the body and bruises all over. Now that we have talked in depth about sex trafficking is and what causes it, let's talk about the solutions. One thing you can do is organize a fundraiser and donate the proceeds to an anti-trafficking organization. This can help raise money and awareness for the cause. You can also learn the red flags that may indicate human trafficking and ask follow-up questions so that you can help identify a potential trafficking victim. You can help identify someone who has been harmed and offer them help. In many states, there are non-governmental organizations that are out to end sex trafficking. In California, CAST is the Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking. They were one of the first organizations in the United States to provide services to victims of trafficking. In Florida, the Florida Freedom Partnership, FPP, provides a rapid response, comprehensive support system for trafficked persons while building the capacity of the South Florida community to better understand and respond to the needs of trafficked persons. There are many groups working to raise awareness for this serious issue and help bring it to a stop. Teens can also play a big role in the ending of sex trafficking. You can help stop trafficking by sharing the facts, raising awareness on a local and national level, and advocating for legislation that supports survivors. Raising awareness can include talking to your family's friends and other people who are interested in the same cause. You can share facts to people who are interested in learning, and you can also bring this problem to a national level from raising awareness. This can be done by advocating for legislation that supports survivors. When teens talk to each other about these things, the world will spread and will create a larger impact.